Adenakabe. We live.
Okay, we are live again.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Watching from Vietnam, from South Africa, from United States, from Cameroon, from Kenya, from Thailand, from London, from wherever you are watching from, and also in Korea. 안녕하세요. Welcome to our live and welcome to our page, Africa Asia. So, what will we talk about today?
Now, today we're going to talk about the work scope in Korea. How is the work like type in Korea? The working conditions, the physical conditions, the environment, the work training process. We're going to talk about the type of meals that are served. We're going to talk about those who are eligible to work in Korea, those who are eligible to have a work permit in Korea. We're going to talk about the breaks periods in Korea during work, which type of meals are served, the beverages that are served, the snacks. We are equally going to talk about those who can get permanent work.
Yes.
Those who are going in for just like part-time jobs, that which we call Arabites. We equally going to talk about we're going to unveil a lot of things like types of companies in Korea. As I mentioned, another disadvantaging part of the work, like the healing in Korea, the cursing in Korea, and lastly the work training process in Korea.
Okay, so today in this live, we'll go in little bit in details about work in South Korea, what we're going through, the advantages and the disadvantages. So,
Yes, guys. Today we are going to touch one of the most important topics here: works in Korea. How we, as foreigners, we pass through our daily activities here in Korea. Thank you.
so as we say, our topic is about work scope in Korea. So before we talk about the work style, yeah, the work style you have standing.
Yes.
You go somewhere standing, you think that is easy. But when you work for 2 hours, you notice that maybe it's not good for you. You want sitting. When you work sitting for 2 hours, you say, no, maybe standing is good for you. After standing, sitting, you say, no, maybe bending will be good. When you go for 2 hours, you see that standing, sitting, bending, all the same. And also, standing, sitting, and bending your waist. It's not easy. What do you think about the standing, sitting, and bending work style?
Yes. Actually, here in Korea, most people spend about 14 to 15 hours every day in their work shift. So it's not easy to exhaust that long hour of work. So when you go to work here in Korea, if you start to work for your first time, the first 3 months are not easy. They are not easy at all. It means you will go through a lot of pain. There are some people that their problem is their hand. There are most of the people their waist. So standing for 14 hours a day is not easy. So it's a very difficult task. That's what most of us will encounter here in Korea.
Okay, so what about you? Have you experienced all these standing, sitting, bending? the
as a
workplace.
yeah, sure. As a foreigner in Korea, is very usual. As a foreigner, if you got to work in the Korea, some Korean companies, most of which is you got to do with standing, is pin killing. You got to stand for 12 hours, and most company do have overtime. And with overtime, you go up to 5 hours for overtime. That's studying for 17 hours, studying for 15 hours per day. It's really, really, really
So, listen,
uh, painful to the system and
so
to the body. Even when it comes to sitting, you've got to sit for a very long while.
sitting for a long time is also a problem.
Companies where women do sit and arrange auto spare parts, you need to sit for long to see how you can fit in gadgets.
14 to 15 hours.
So imagine a day have 24 hours, you have to work for 14 hours, 12 to 14, 15 hours. You left your home by 5 a.m. in the morning, maybe coming back, you'll be coming back by midnight, sometime 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. So it's not really that easy.
Yeah, I for one, I always get up early as 5 a.m. in the morning and step out for work and only get back home most of times 10 p.m. late in the evening after the work. But you need to drive to work and come back. So I usually spend like 2 hours to drive while coming back because my company is a little bit far from where I live. It's really, really tedious.
Yeah. I've before when I just came out of work, some company where we wake up by 4:30 a.m. I think it was construction, 4:30 a.m. Sometimes we'll be coming back by 11 p.m. And during the day we work from that 4:30, you have one short break for 1 hour. That 1 hour is
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Then you come back, you continue to work till 11 p.m., sometime midnight. So it's not really that easy. I've worked, I think I did that for almost 3 years. Whew, later, man. I can't tell you what I feel later. Very.
I had a friend that worked 14 hours a week. I think it was about 5 years ago. 14 hours a week, 15 hours a week. A day, 14 hours a day, 15 hours a day. Then end of the week now, end of the week he does this once a month. End of the week now he will work 24 hours. Meaning he will start on Friday and finish on Saturday morning.
You know,
from Friday from 7 a.m. Then finish Saturday morning.
you know, when you work that long hours, when the morning comes, it's good, but the body is dying little by little. The body is going.
Yeah,
the money, you are seeing the money, but the body.
In Korea, the working hour is pretty long, and the wage per hour, normally the government calculated to the tone of 9,261 per hour.
That's about $8.
That's about $8. Then after 8 hours overtime, so it's overtime. So that amount 9,261 per hour times 1.5. That's how you get the overtime. Yeah, so if you are working for, let's say, 12 hours, you are sure of getting about 140 Korean won per day.
Yes, 140,000 Korean won per day.
That's $130. a day.
That's $130 per day. Then
After working for 16 hours.
so working for 60 hours. Then
Okay. The next point again, we'll talk about the visa types eligible to work. Yeah.
Who are eligible to work here in Korea?
Okay, in North Korea, they have many types. There are some foreigner that come in Korea already with work visa. Most they have, I think, with this Asia country,
Yeah,
the
mostly
neighbor
Asian,
Asia
yeah.
country, company brings workers from this Asia country: Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, Cambodia, Malaysia,
Uzbekistan,
but
Russia, even Vietnam.
Vietnam, yes, Vietnam, Mongolia. But before a company or before you get a visa to come here, you have to go to school, learn their language, you write an exam and you pass, then that time you are eligible to get your visa and the company can bring you in. They bring you for 3 years. Some visa is closed visa, some is open visa. I have met some Nepalese have open visa. If you come and work in this company, if he doesn't like the company, he can change. But some are closed visas. That company, if they brought you for 3 years, no matter how hard it is, you work in that company that 3 years before you can leave. And also you have another type of visa. Okay, you have G1 visa people, but you have to wait for 6 months. After 6 months, you can apply for work permit before you start working. Maybe I think you can help me.
yeah, in Korea, working visas are normally the H visas. The H visa at times, some other country, the working visas, F5 visas are allowed to work. Those are visas, the H visas and the F visas that are really allowed to work in Korea. Now, we have other visas like the D visas, the G visas, which are equally allowed to work. But the D visas, like D2 visa, which is like simply a student visa, is just allowed to do better part-time work that you can work. The country gives you 20 hours per week to work. That you have just 20 hours. Look for a company or a restaurant that you can serve.
That's for student.
That's
That's
for
for
student.
student.
Oh,
The
okay.
D2 visas
D2 visa for
Yeah.
student.
for student. But
So
when
you only
you
get
go
20 hours
a week
a week.
to work because
If
you
we
need to
take 20
study.
hours a week, mean that from Monday to Friday,
5 hours.
4 hours a day.
It just depends how you arrange with your employer. If you can do like 5 hours, 6 hours per day, and the other days you do two, and you arrange with your employer, and it should be at least 20 hours per week. Then when it comes to other visas like G1 visas, G1 visas are refugees. Refugees visas are only eligible to work after a period of 6 months, where you will be issued a work permit for you to work in a company, a supporting company. I equally talk about F visas. There's equally F2 visa, which you are eligible to work. F2, which is somebody which has been granted a refugee status. So that visa you can work at all levels. You can work in a company, you can teach, you can go tour guiding, but most importantly, the language is very, very primordial
Yes.
because most Koreans don't speak
English.
or foreign languages. So
Foreign
they will
languages.
love a foreigner to understand the language so
Yes.
that they can communicate at work and it will be easy for them to teach.
let me not cut you. And to most company, when you go as a foreigner, someone assume that as you are in Korea, it means you have learned the language, you are speaking the language. They will just be speaking to you. They don't care if you understand. They will just be speaking fluently. So it's like that with them. Okay, you can continue.
Yeah, as I was saying, the G1 visa, you can get work permit and you're liable to work in a company where you earn your salary per month using a work permit that is issued on your passport. That will be issued on your passport to permit you to work in the company. Yeah.
And also, working without work permit, if you get caught, that you have visa, you pay. You have visa, but you don't have work permit.
You don't have work permit, yes.
So there's two different things. You have visa to live in the country,
We are
but you
not
don't,
eligible
and
to
you are
work.
working without a work permit. If you get caught, there is a fine you will pay. Before, I think 4 years ago it was 1 million won, but now I think it's
2 million.
2 million.
2 million. Mm-hmm.
So if you get caught without work permit, you pay fine. Now 2 million. And the worst is if you get caught, you are illegal and you are you just know that you are. I don't want just follow my finger, know where you are going. So they'll send to the detention camp, then later on back home.
You take the next available flight.
The next available flight. And one thing for sure, they will make sure that the money you work in that company, even you are illegal, that's one thing is good with these people. When you get caught working illegal, they will make sure you get your money before you leave. So they'll contact the company, even though you were working illegal, they will pay your money, they will give your money to you before you leave. And if you are worked there for a year or for more than a year, there are lawyers that can follow your case and get your annual, what they call it,
Tegicom.
call it Tegicom, and get it even illegal. So that's some advantages.
Benefit.
The retirement, that's some advantages, even though, but we are not encouraging you to come and work illegal. If you look for a work permit.
No, that is the system has a 13 months salary scale. That is, if you work for 12 months, you are liable to a 1 month salary.
Yeah.
That is gratuity. That's an additional thank you for your work, for staying with them
Constance for 1 year.
For 1 year. That's 12 months. Then they give you an additional 1 year, 1 month salary.
Okay, so we have thought about the visa type. So if you have any question, anything to ask about the visa type, you can write direct message or in the comment section. Then next time I can do a video to reply you. We'll do more research and reply you. So the next we'll talk about the meals served, the type of meals, snacks and beverage that we have here. Like, okay, I'll start where I was working. The meals here every day is rice with different sauce, rice with different sauce. So we work maybe 2 hours, we have some short time, maybe we can get some milk. I'm talking about my own experience, what I have experienced. So because we have different experiences here. After 2 hours, we'll have some snacks like maybe milk or with some biscuit or anything. Then by 12 noon, lunchtime, that way you eat rice with soup, with different type of soup. So then by 3 p.m. again, short time, because you know these people, they love coffee. So we have short time again to get some coffee or to smoke. If you are not smoking, you can go and drink maybe tea or coffee, or you can take some milk. That's my experience. So because their experience is different from mine. So
Okay, I would like chip in. Most often, in most companies that I've worked in, what is normally served is buffet. Buffet is mostly served. It's only in the experience I had with construction companies. They have buffet where you have all sorts of meals, like various types depending on the days. But like in construction, there is always snacks, beverages, cakes, cupcakes, and whatever. Now the breaks are normally always at noon. Some companies will take break at 12 to 1, some do at 11 to 12, 1 hour, but in between the working period, after 2 hours of work, there is always a 15-minute short break. I'd have to smoke, to drink coffee, to relax, to have fun, like to refresh your memory and come back to the activity. After which, there is always a long break. Some companies, it depends how the company setting is. Some do 30 minutes for short breaks, some do an hour, some do 15, some do 10, some do. So it just depends on how they run from companies to companies. If you are doing night, some companies do serve this buffet twice. Some will serve, like if you're working for 12 hours, some will serve at 12, then at 4 p.m. again, you will still have something to eat. Yeah.
so
Yes,
what
in
about
my own
your
experience, that I've been in so many companies. So the first thing is they have what we call in the morning. Like in my country, before going to work, we take breakfast.
hello Yolan? Welcome.
We take breakfast, tea, bread, something very light. But here in Korea, when I came here, it was the opposite. They don't know uh, the type of French style breakfast like tea, bread, and egg. They don't know that. Here in Korea,
It's rice food.
7 o'clock, their buffets are open. You can go there. You have a bowl of soup and rice and other things that you can mix and eat.
And kimchi.
And their favorite kimchi, which is delicious.
Yeah.
So that's their own breakfast in the morning. You can eat. You are sure to eat your rice as breakfast in the morning. Lunchtime,
Sure to eat your rice.
they still have their open buffet in so many restaurants. So still rice, but with different dishes beside that you can use to eat the rice. Then, if you are doing overtime, maybe around 6 o'clock, they will still serve you food that you will eat. Is the same rice, but the interval between 7 or 8 to 12, they have a break in the middle that I call coffee break. In that coffee break, those that they smoke, they can go and have about 15 minutes to rehearse with their cigarette. So as for me, I'm not a smoker. I can take coffee or tea, or I can have enough time to drink my water. Then from the interval between from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock, they have a coffee break at 3. So at 3 is the same routine. If you're a smoker, you can go and smoke, or you can go and drink a coffee or tea. So that's how it is going on here.
Okay, I hope we heard from brothers from their own experience, because we all have different experiences. So we'll talk anything you don't really understand. Please, you can send on a message or ask in comment section. Then in next video we'll give you more detail about. Okay. Now we'll talk again. The next point we'll talk about again permanent and part-time work. Like
Yes.
yes. As for me, I've always, for me, I've always done, I've not done part-time work for long. I think I've done part-time work just for 2 weeks. That's all. But for the rest of time is permanent, full-time. So I don't know about you.
No,
But,
I've always like love for a lot of part-time jobs. I don't really like permanent because
so
it's
which like part-time and full-time and permanent, which one do you prefer?
I prefer part-time because
It gives you time to do other
yeah,
things.
it gives me time, enough time to do other businesses, to go around and check on other
Yeah, that's true.
openings.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
with part-time, the day you feel has to go to work, you bash to work. The day you don't feel has to go to work, you stay at home and you rest or you go for other adventures. You have other things to do. You don't take the mission. If they see you at work, good and fine. If they don't see you, not
No,
good.
no.
No problem.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
prefer.
yes. I think part-time is good for people that have other businesses to do. They have other things to run, other errands. But if you have nothing to do,
Yes, if you are a young man, a young guy of maybe 20, 21, 22, that just enter Korea, the best type of job to choose is permanent job. Because with permanent job, you don't have a lot of activities to run on here in Korea. So you can take your time, you work for 5 or 6 years. After that, you can have your yearly benefit. So at the end of your six years in the company, before going out, you cannot lack about maybe 7 to 8 million that the company will still tip into you. So, but if you are doing part time, you will not have that amount of money.
so you have advantage, and when you are doing part-time, you have free time to run other errands, do other activities, but you will not get that benefit. When you are doing permanent, full-time, at the end of the year, if you want to leave, then the company will pay you so allowance for working for 1 year. So that's it.
Just imagine for 6 years, if you are earning maybe 2.5 million for a year, and then for 6 years, it's how much? At the end of
That's
the year, you
more
can
than
like,
10 million.
yes.
I need to know that because some companies don't like to pay, some companies don't want to pay that money. When we don't know, they won't pay, but when we know about it. And one thing a lawyer told me that even if the company didn't give you work permit, they still have to pay that money. Yes, even without work permit, they still have to pay that money because if they follow the case, the company will have to pay you that money and they still have to pay the government. So some company will just better pay you because these people don't like to lose money. They'll better pay you and calm the situation. But some other company are stubborn. So
No,
if you know about that,
no. One thing I know is
Please help us to like and share the video, please.
one thing I know is the labor law does not intervene with the government policies because under labor law they have their own act, which is strictly under International Labour Organization, so which is strictly followed by the Korean society. It doesn't have to do with their visas mode. Yeah, if you have worked, you have worked, and you any worker is entitled to his benefit and salary.
of course, I remember there is one person he worked for more than a year. The company didn't give him work permit. So when he left, he heard about that Tegicom. He asked, but the company didn't want to pay. The problem is that the company paid the money already to his agent.
Okay.
Yes, the company paid the money to the agent. So the agent didn't want to pay him the money. So they put him in contact with a lawyer. The lawyer just asks, okay, do you have your pay slip, everything? If you don't have your pay slip, you can update you can go to your bank. They'll print you from the day you start working. They'll print you from there. They can, you follow the case, they'll pay you the money. So the guy did have pay slip, some pay slip, but not all. So he went to the bank and asked the bank to print from this period of time. So he sent to the lawyer. They check how he was receiving salary, everything. So the lawyer followed, he filed a case. So he sent to the company. They didn't respond. Then he filed the second time. Then he told the guy that if this is the second one, if they don't respond, then he will take it to the higher, and the company will not like to go to that level, because at that level they will sanction them for employing someone without giving a work permit and collecting government tax money. So don't worry, they will pay. So later the company contacted and said, okay, they have already paid the money. So the lawyer contact the worker, say, they say no, they have not paid the money. They say no, they have paid to the agent. That's when you contact the agent. So the agent started calling back the boy. Don't worry, I will pay your money. So he tried to calm the boy. Don't worry, come and meet me, I'll pay. Meanwhile, the worker was calling the agent before then. He didn't want to pick his call. Now that they are filing, there is a case. This people, they are scared of their law. The lawyer humble everybody. No matter where, the law will humble you. So finally, he talked with the lawyer. The lawyer gave him time to pay. It's okay, in 1 week time. And the lawyer just tell the worker that, don't worry, this day your money. And that day the agent paid the money. Wow. Because the agent paid the money because the agent now, he didn't want to lose the contact he had with that company, bringing workers to that company, because he was bringing many workers to that company. So he decided to pay the worker. He paid him, then the worker, he gives the lawyer his percentage. So that's how the thing went. He received the money. So. Okay. There are lawyers waiting for cases like that. I've saw some online. Now there are online even doing the advertisement. There are lawyers here online doing the advertisement.
That's their job.
Telling you that even if you have worked in the company, you don't want to pay your money, come, we'll get your money. So there are many of them just waiting for that. Okay, I think we have talked a little bit about the part-time and the permanent. Okay, the advantage and the disadvantage, two of them. The part-time, you have free time to do other things, do your business, your corner business. The day you don't feel like going to work, you can stay at home, no problem. But you won't get that end of year package. Then with the permanent, full time, you have to be there from 1st to 31st.
Yes.
Then later, after the year, you'll get that full package, that benefit. So that's okay. Then now we'll talk again about the types of company. Different types of company. So I think I've worked in many different types. So
yes, here in South Korea they have a lot of real companies.
Like, okay, let's talk about those we are working, because I'm sure each of us have worked maybe in four types. How many have you worked because of?
Mostly logistic, construction, and then recycling, spare part.
Yes, I've worked in spare part. Yes, I've worked in logistic, construction, packaging. Yes. Chicken.
Chicken comes.
Yes,
Chicken
chicken
factory.
company. The only company I'm running away. Any company I go there. It's like anything chemical. I run without looking back. So
Okay. Now, not normally in Korea, they have a lot of different type of companies, from primary to secondary to tertiary types of companies. Now, their primary companies are sketchy because yeah, they don't have a lot of mineral resources.
From
Yeah, but yeah, primary company just has to do with a little bit of agriculture, and most often what I see, they plant a lot of rice, even there's some few vegetables, some few, but they have a lot of many greenhouses all over
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
place.
all over the place I have many
Yeah, a lot of
greenhouses.
greenhouses in their primary industry. They equally have ranches for cattle. We will barely see things like animals like horses, like goats, sheep, and other chickens. Those ones are just like in the poultry form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the secondary industries is really their main manufacturers, their main manufacturers country, because there are a lot of manufacturing companies ranging from packaging, production, finishing goods, and the rest. Tertiary companies, their technological level, their technology has gone so far. Production of microchips.
I think now they are the 12 or the 11 position industrial country in
Those
the
are
world.
countries. Like the production of microchips, production of transistor diodes, and other computer parts.
Yes.
I remember
It's really a good sector.
19 to 20 years ago they were not at that level. I remember in school when they were in history we were talking about Korea. They were not at this level. Now they were very behind, but now they are already.
Yeah, they're getting towards first world country, but they are not yet at that
Yes.
level. They are still
Among we count the first 15 industrialized country in the world. They are among.
So the types of companies that most people do work are factories, producing companies like foreigners.
Yeah.
Factories producing company.
Factories.
Logistics, packaging, processing. What have you?
Where they need manpower.
Where they need manpower, where the
Manpower.
machine cannot really work.
Yes, where
So
they need manpower.
The jobs are really available. Like logistics, there's a lot of logistics company in Korea.
Yes,
Like
there are many factories have gym guys in Korea.
like example like Login, FedEx,
Kupang,
CG.
A lot of logistic companies.
Yes.
A lot of logistic companies.
That way you go there to gym.
Yeah, you go there to really
Have muscles.
you have to carry
You
on.
go there, you see our guys are flying 50 kg of bag of rice like empty carton. They'll just
There are a lot of cartons. You put them in. You load trucks. You offload trucks. Yeah, pass on the way. Just like that.
Especially Mongolia, Russia.
yes.
They are specially to offload all those containers.
But when I was doing logistics, I loved doing the offloading. that loading, I don't really like loading. Offloading was the best for me.
Yes, loading is nice. It's not too strenuous, but at times, when goods are not coming, you feel bored.
Yes, yes, you feel bored.
You can even start like this, you are
I sleep
sleeping.
it. Yeah, yes. But
But
really,
offloading, you offload until you remove your clothes, you put aside.
yes, but I like offloading. That loading, I don't really like loading. Offloading, I really like offloading because your body need to be in movement. Okay, I hope you get that one. So now we'll talk again about the work process,
Yeah, the work process
like
is.
how the work process.
Mhm.
Yeah, most often in Korea, the processes of work is like from like manufacturing, manufacturing. It has to do with designing of a product, shaping of that product, observing of the product.
Checking the
Work
quality.
process like it has to do with checking of the quality, which is very important.
Yes, these people they don't joke with
Yes,
quality.
verification
They don't
at
joke.
all levels.
They don't joke
Picking
with
up
their
the
quality.
goods, checking and rechecking to see if there is puliang or there is yangpong,
Please help us to share and like our video. Thank you.
to see if there is puliang, there is yangpong. Puliang means obsolete or damaged product.
Mhm.
So during work period, those checking aspect of what the machine must have produced is very, very important,
Very, very important.
because there are a lot of machine where machine can produce 1,000
Product at
product at the same time. Then you need to pick up a product and you check if there's a scratch somewhere, if there is oversize, you check the other gadgets like metal scales, what have you.
Yeah, because this they don't, as you say, they don't really joke with quality. Because I and these people they consume what they produce. They consume. Now they don't joke with quality, and they don't even what they import. They check the quality very well. So I think that's about the whole process.
The good thing about work process in Korea is that what they produce here in Korea, the Korean students themselves, they are the one consuming it. Means their product that they write on it made in Korea. They don't joke with the product. If you bring any other product made in another country, no. When they see made in Korea, they know that the product is original. They believe in their company first. They believe in their company. You cannot put maybe made in Italy or made in another country or made in China and then you want to compare with their product. They believe in their name first. That's how it is in Korea.
Okay, so now there is one special thing. That is, I think it's a tradition for them. It's natural that we need to talk about them. Yelling at work.
Oh. That's the most difficult one.
Yes.
Especially when you don't understand Korean language.
Yelling at work. So if you're a newcomer, just be prepared for that. Sometimes they yell at you, you get confused. Maybe you don't know your left or your right. So I faced that when I just arrived. When they were yelling at me, I was getting angry. So why this man yelling? Can't he explain it? First, I don't understand the language. He's just yelling. I'll get angry, like. But later on, I understand. I said, okay. One, I'm not understanding what he's saying. Why am I getting angry? even if he insulting me, I'm not understanding why am I getting angry. I'm here to work my money. So let him yell as he want, then I'll get my money and leave. But when I start picking word by word, sometimes that yelling will get some word, maybe some it will curse you, you know that you know the meaning of that word, you will feel bad because but before I was not understanding, so
You ignore it and
I
say,
ignore
let
it,
go.
but later on you start getting the word.
So you ask them, well, what's the meaning of
What's
that?
the word meaning of that? They start, but the yelling is not because Korean style is like they don't like to show you something 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, they don't want to come back. If they say carry this and put on your left, the first time you did it wrong, they'll say okay, see, carry this, put on your left. The third time, they will yell as if that's Korean is tic-tac. They don't want to teach you many times. They don't have time to waste. It's like this. They don't have time to waste. When you want, they'll just do your hand like this. When they do like this, means no. Please.
This one means cancel.
You are cancelled. They have cancelled you. They have cancelled you. That if they can't yell anymore at you, they'll just do like this because after they don't want already stressed. The work is stressed. They don't want to yell at you anymore. They'll just do like this. Cancel. Chibeka. So I've experienced that even till today. So you always experience if you are working in Korea, if you work for 10 years, 15 years, you experience that yelling till you leave. So it's something, it's like, it's natural, it's normal for them. They don't do that only for foreigners, even to their fellow Koreans working with them. It's not like they
Foreigners, so they don't even do it that much.
Yes, they don't do that much.
Because they know that when they are doing it for us, we are laughing.
Yes. They don't really do much for foreigners because they know that foreigner, many of we foreigners have put in our head, we are just to hold our money. But when you see they do it to their fellow Koreans, you even pity the Korean because they shout.
The way they are panicking.
Yes. So.
Now, hearing that, what I understand is due to the stressful nature of the jobs, not only the stressful nature, the long hours that is being put in, it makes the heads, the bosses, to really get mad at somebody, at someone who is not like following the strength, the pathway of the company. So some other guys, like what they will tell you, everywhere you find in the world, you're going to meet some crazy people, you're going to meet some nice people. You go to some companies, you meet some very crazy people.
You meet some crazy
if you happen
bosses.
to stumble to in a place where there is a crazy somebody who believes he can shout for no reason, you allow the person to do whatever he wants to do. It's his life. He has made his life to be that type. You don't blame him for that.
Yeah, because I remember my first company, it was spare part. That captain, he was shouting sometimes for no reason. He was standing in front of machine working. He would just come behind you, start shouting. Ship. You don't know what. Just be shouting. When I left out to other companies, you meet very calm. It's not that you are lucky in a company, you meet some calm boss that not shouting, but others.
Hush!
You meet some crazy stuff, even though they want to even hit you. So that's as for the yelling, know that as you are walking here, they will yell at you. So just put that in your mind. So
even if you are the best worker and you are working 100% accurate, The day you walk 97%.
They will yell at you. They will yell at
The
you.
day you walk 97%, they'll say, yeah,
They'll say yell at you. So that's their style. That's how they don't want. No time to waste for them. No time to waste. Time is money. Why they say time is money? Yeah, it's really time is money. They don't joke with their time. If they say it's 8, come start at 7:59. You are there. They work. You start at that time. They don't joke with their time. So
if the work start at 8, you need to be there at 7:40.
yeah. So to any newcomer, or prepare yourself for the yelling. Don't take it too serious. Only one thing, don't allow it. He can yell at you, but he can't hit at you. It's against their law. It's illegal.
Hailing is free.
It's free.
Hitting is a crime.
Hitting is a crime. If he hit at you, yes, it's a crime. Call the police. You will pay big money. That's why they always sometimes they will yell at you. They'll come close to you. That hand will stay like this because that hand want to hit, but his brain is telling, hey, there is money you will pay. Oh. There is enough. There is huge amount of money. If you hit that guy, you will pay. So they will drop you and just maybe do like this. So okay. So about the yellings. Okay, we'll talk about the last point is work training process. The work training process.
Our great grand.
He came late.
The Frenchman is around.
The work training process is very simple.
Je prends le train en marche. Salut.
The Frenchman is around. Bonjour.
Vraiment, ça fait vraiment plaisir. Vous êtes déjà habitués. Chaque semaine, on doit se rencontrer, on doit parler, on doit discuter des choses de la Corée. Vous avez entendu le frangin parler. Pour ceux qui n'entendent pas, vous partagez et ainsi de suite, vous posez des questions, on va toujours vous répondre. Ah, la Corée, c'est un peu ça. Hein. C'est dans tous les pays, c'est comme ça, mais c'est les merveilles de la Corée, c'est un peu ça. Et ici en Corée, vraiment, le temps, c'est vraiment de l'argent. On te donne rendez-vous à 7h10, tu viens à 7h15, tu me faut partir. Et vraiment, c'est ici que je comprends que les Africains, nous les Africains, surtout quand on arrive ici, on est toujours, pour nous, c'est doucement. On ne sait pas que non, c'est pali, comme on dit ici. Tout pour nous, c'est prendre marcher doucement, pour soulever les épaules, montrer qu'on est déjà arrivé, pourtant, c'est pas ça. Ah, vraiment, ça fait vraiment plaisir. Et cette grande famille que vous avez vue là, habituez-vous. C'est comme ça va se passer maintenant.
Il y a des bonnes choses qui vont arriver.
C'est comme ça. Il n'y a pas que ça.
Saturday, every Saturday we are live. So if you have your question, please type on the comment. We are waiting. Or you can reach out privately. So thank you.
We'll talk
Share
about,
and like the video.
Okay, we'll talk about work training process in Korea. It's very simple. Is take this from point A to point B. Press that red button after 10 minutes. Press that black button after 20 minutes. That's they'll show you that 1, 2 times, 3 times. You have to be open-minded to get it at once. Not every at once. Twice, okay, but many times they get angry. That time they start shouting, yelling at you. So that's their style of. I think you can add something.
Yeah, what
work training process.
Work training process. That's the preparation period. The preparation period most often for companies which are like manufacturing companies where no technical skill is involved. There is basically nothing to be trained. You just have to just observe and know what they are doing and listen to simple instruction. Then you carry out what you are doing. But in companies where you need to operate machines and you need to be focused on the job, observe quality control and to observe production process, the process normally ranges from 3 months to 6 months to a year, where you are being trained on handling machines and handling like information system. Like I personally, I work in a car processing company where we're producing cars part. The probation period was 6 months. You need to know how to really follow up with the systems of the machine, understand the machine until the machine knows that somebody is manipulating, and this I know the machine and the machine knows.
You are qualified to be an operator.
You are qualified to be an operator. So it really depends on the various company that they will tell you, okay, you need to really understand the machine, you need to follow up with the supervisor, following up, give you instruction on whatever cause or problem the machine might have. You need to just do whatever is right and get the training process good, because if you get a good training process, you are guaranteed with a good product. But if you get a bad training process, you have a bad product.
And Korea don't want that one. They don't like that. They don't want that.
Korea don't want that.
Le Coréen sait que tout le monde doit comprendre et tout le monde est intelligent. Donc, le Coréen ne sait pas qu'il y a certaines fois, il faut au moins parler au moins 10 fois, 15 fois pour que ça puisse rentrer. Le Coréen ne connaît pas ça. Et pour lui, quand il te parle 2-3 fois, il se dit que mais toi tu sors d'où? Et tu as même fait comment pour arriver là? Parce que selon lui, si tu ne parles pas anglais et tu ne parles pas le coréen, c'est qu'il ne sait pas ce que tu fais devant lui. Ah, c'est ça le coréen. Même te poser la question, c'est vrai que mais tu es arrivé là comment? Tu ne parles pas le coréen, tu ne parles pas l'anglais, dis-moi comment tu as fait pour arriver là.
Like some of the Sudanese.
Oui. Selon le coréen, et le coréen, selon lui, tout le monde connaît. Tout le monde connaît. Donc, il n'y a pas comme chez nous, pour t'indiquer une personne, il va te dire, c'est où, tu vas pour la question au moins 3-4 fois. Tu dis c'est où. Non. Une fois, s'il a fait 2 fois, c'est bon. Si tu ne veux pas entendre, quitte devant lui.
C'est mal la main comme ça.
Ouais, quitte devant lui. Et
Please send us like. We are not seeing your like.
Ouais, il faut beaucoup partager, non seulement partager, mettre les cœurs et le pouce. Hein? Plus bas sur l'écran, vous mettez le pouce, ça nous encourage. C'est un peu ça. Et il n'y a pas que ça. Il y a aussi, prochainement, vous parler aussi de la nourriture en Corée. Il faut qu'on vous parle vraiment de la nourriture en Corée. Donc quand tu viens en Corée, déjà la nourriture de chez toi, tu laisses un peu ça derrière.
Mais tu peux préparer d'abord.
Mais pour préparer ta part, c'est les longueurs. Tu penses d'abord pour la Corée. Et moi, le système coréen, j'ai vraiment, sans vous mentir, j'ai aimé. Il faut manger d'abord, pour soi d'abord. Le Coréen consomme d'abord pour lui. Le reste, après. Tu montes, tu descends, c'est d'abord là. C'est d'abord coréen, autochtone d'abord. Le reste, on peut gérer ça, mais ça, c'est d'abord entre nous. Et c'est un peu ce qui nous manque.
Ouais, they really Koreans, they consume what they produce.
Ouais.
Yeah.
100% coréen. 100% coréen.
They value their product.
They value their product very well.
Mais pourtant, chez nous, tu vois, quand tu amènes un bon projet, on va dire c'est qui? Oh non, c'est un tel. Ah, pardon. On a trop vu ceci. Lui, là, c'est un lance-pierre. C'est un peu ça. Par contre, vraiment, c'est magnifique. Hein? Magnifique. Quand c'est artistique, il faut féliciter.
Okay, guys,
Thank you, viewers. Every Saturday from 10 p.m. here in Korean time to 11 p.m. we are live.
10 p.m. That's
At time, maybe even Sunday. We'll be taking Sunday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. We'll be live.
Midi.
So if you have your question, please you can ask.
13h temps universel.
okay.
13h TV.
So today on our live, we spoke about the work scope in Korea. We went to some details. So to those that watch the live later, if you have any question, you can put in the comment section. You can send a message like other did last time. We answering on another live. So guys, follow the page, like, share, and there is more coming. We are preparing. There is good things coming. So just stay tuned to this page. Share the page.